Dr. Rachel Grant, carrying her breakfast tray towards a cluster of stone tables and benches, paused to look around. It had been raining the past few days, but the sun was back, even if it was shining from the wrong direction. She'd been here a couple of months now, but sometimes the alienness, the subtle dissonance, still caught her off guard. She lifted her attention to the ghostly green shadow that was the planet of Keek, and off to its right the blue rim of the Keek's other moon, both looming too close for comfort. Ahead of her, the appearance of this moon was something like a venerable ivy college. Stone buildings, tall trees, grassy spaces cut by patterned walkways. By midday, it would be modestly teeming with Project Enterprise personnel, but this early she was particularly aware of the silence. For whatever reason, this technology-protected island on Keek's second moon had no birds or other wildlife. There were insects, but they tended to be nocturnal, and when they were active, their hum was slightly off-pitch. And if she looked too close at the green things, she could see they were wrong as well. Earth had so much variety. It had been something of a shock to realize that such other variation was possible. The colors, the shape of trunk and leaves and petals, the exotic scent of the green things drifting lazily on the breeze, all were constant reminders she walked in alien space. It was a bit ironic that the Doolittle or the Patton felt more like home than being dirt-side here. Rachel knew that humans had a great capacity to adjust, that she was adapting. She'd been here long enough to recognize the various scents and sights, to know which were soil and plant, and which came from the trees reacting to the change in temperature after the chilly night. The sun, she could admit, still bothered her. Or rather, the way it entered the atmosphere. The refraction of its light messed with her head. As far as she knew, she was one of very few bothered by this, but that might be because they lumped it all together into "this feels weird." It required a certain level of mental toughness to be here, to stay here. Rachel was still not sure she had it, though leaving Earth had not been as hard for her as it had been for some. While she didn't call it an escape, there had been a falling away, a sense of leaving memories stored with the belongings she couldn't bring with her. She gave a slight sigh and a small shake and resumed her progress. Because, of course, memories couldn't be left behind. They did not sit easily on shelves and like to appear in moments of vulnerability to trip one up. So she stepped carefully between the tables, then she set her breakfast tray on the stone table. Before sitting, she shifted the fruit and seed crackers onto a napkin for Sir Rupert. She added the cup of water she'd filled for him, slipped off her backpack, then took her seat on the bench next to him, the chill from the stone penetrating her official Project Enterprise trousers. The parrot fluttered his wings, gave her a croaked "thank you," then hopped up onto the tabletop to attend to his food. Rachel considered him for a few seconds, pondering, not for the first time, the advantages of beaks and claws for eating, which somehow always led to her wondering how she'd ended up working with a sentient parrot or sidicord. He wasn't from Earth. He just looked like an Earth parrot, except in the subtle ways that he didn't. This was not what she'd signed up for. Oh, she knew that traveling to a distant galaxy would involve alien contact, or at least observations of other people having alien contact. Her designated job description, however, was not about first or second contact, and she liked it that way. Life, and her IQ, had left her conflicted in her interactions with others, something she'd had to deal with on a journey through space on a large but tightly packed ship. She felt she was dealing, and then, hands down, the scariest person on Keek had focused her killer gaze on Rachel. She'd seriously almost wet her pants. Worse, she'd had a feeling that Dr. Clementine knew it, knew Rachel's reaction right down to the increase in pulse rate.